Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.
Welcome to the Living the Dream podcast with Curveball. If you believe, you can achieve. Welcome to the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, a show where I interview guests that teach, motivate, and inspire. Today on the show, we're diving into a story that blends discipline, reinvention, and the courage to build a life you want on your own terms. Guest Kai Law trained in Thailand in Muay Thai. He lived and worked across the globe, and he built a thriving career in remote high-ticket sales. But his story is not just about adventure, it's about burnout, reinvention, and what it takes to build a successful career in high-ticket sales. So we're going to be talking to Kai about his life and what remote high-ticket sales is and everything that he's up to and going to be up to. So Kai, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Curtis. Yeah, I'd love to share my story with your listeners to help inspire them. Really just chase their dreams, right? Like I have.
Well, why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself?
So right now I live in Singapore. I just during COVID, when things got a little bit crazy, we were living in Sydney, Australia, and then when things in the world kind of turned chaotic, we moved to Singapore. Right now, basically, I coach people and help them land their dream jobs in high ticket sales. Or if you're a professional and you're looking to stand out in a crowded marketplace, I help you get your dream role that way as well.
Well, you trained in Muay Thai in Thailand, and you've lived abroad for years. So talk about how those experiences has shaped the person you have become.
Yeah, so out of university or college, I was living in New Zealand and I worked two sales jobs, right? So I was working for a newspaper company, right? So during the day, I was selling the advertising, and then right after that, I'd go downstairs, and then I'd be selling the actual newspaper, right? So I was making pretty good money right out of college, working maybe 60 hours a week on those two jobs. And I did that for 3 years to really save up money. So I had weeks of holiday, and I used that to go do Muay Thai for 4 weeks. Basically, my idea of a holiday was just getting beaten up, but I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, and I realized how cheap it was to actually live in Thailand and do Muay Thai. So my dream was, how can I make $1,000 a month working online so that I could stay and keep training. So yeah, 6 months after that, I quit my job and I took a one-way ticket to Thailand. Yeah.
Well, what ultimately pushed you to leave the traditional path and go on a global, unconventional lifestyle path?
For me, I was only 24 at the time, so this was 11 years ago. The whole working online thing was not that common. Um, and I wasn't ready to have children yet. I wasn't, I didn't want to buy a house. I've always craved adventure. So for me, I had saved up enough money, and yeah, I thought if I wasn't going to do it now, then when am I ever going to do this? Right. So that's what pushed me in the end.
Well, when you look back at all your time overseas, what was the biggest personal transformation you feel like you received during that time?
I think because I'm in a career now where I do sales, right? And being overseas, it just puts you in uncomfortable situations where you just have to go out and meet people, right? And I've really built that strong skill set where I can be in any situation and build rapport and just connect with people, right? So I think that has been the biggest thing that's helped me throughout my journey so far. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, when I give advice to people that are looking to get into sales, the thing I tell them is go out and have conversations with real people in real life, right? That social, build those social skills. Because a lot of people that get into sales, some of them aren't the most socially calibrated, right? They've been on TikTok or they've been on a lot of YouTube, like watching a lot of content. Um, they don't go out and talk to people, talk to real people and get responses from people. So they're not as socially calibrated. So that will help you with your sales skills if you're able to build rapport, listen to people, connect with them as human beings. And this is just more important with AI, right? People are scared of AI. If you're able to build real world skills, it will help you stand apart from other people.
So explain to people what you do. What are remote high ticket sales, or what are you selling?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I sell my own service, right? So I help people get jobs within remote sales. So it's two people that I help in particular, right? So people that are looking to transition into remote high ticket sales. So remote high ticket sales is basically you're selling products and services, generally over $3,000 or more, right? So you can do that by working remotely, like calling people either on the phone, uh, or you can do it over Zoom, right? And you can make money with commission, or sometimes in some roles, they offer you a base salary and a commission, right? So if it's for people that are looking to work anywhere in the world, right? So yeah, that's kind of how that works. The second type of person that I help is if you are a uh, career professional, you've probably been at your role for at least 5 to 10 years, and you feel like you're a bit stuck, you're being underpaid for what you do, I help you with your resume. I help you do a video cover letter. I help you rebrand how you look on LinkedIn and help you master the interview process like a salesperson, and then go out and land a job that provides you more pay and more flexibility. So that's my ultimate goal. Yeah, when I help people with that.
Well, let's talk about burnout. You spoke openly about
Yeah. Mhm.
career burnout. So talk about what were the signs that you were experiencing burnout, and that you needed to make a change.
Yeah, so I made two career transitions, right? So the first one was Thailand. That was the first one. Yeah, I think with that, I was just working too much, working two jobs. Eventually, it came at a cost, right? I During those 3 years, I told myself I wasn't no dating at all, right? I need to be all in on focusing on my career, making sure my health was in order, and keeping friends that I had, right? So I made a very conscious decision there, but I did want a proper relationship and a girlfriend. So that impacted that, and that kind of pushed me to because I ultimately wanted to find a life partner, right? So that's what kind of pushed me during that first burnout. The second burnout that I've recently went through, it was more around. It wasn't necessarily the amount of work that I was doing. It was more of the type of work, right? I just felt like I was doing the same thing each and every day, and I was just getting bored. right? I was stuck in a position where my boss just wanted me to do exactly what he wanted me to do, and all the ideas that I had, he didn't want to implement any of them. So I was stuck creatively, and I think that's what kind of led to the burnout. Yeah, in that instance. Yeah.
So, what did rebuilding momentum look for you like? What did it look like for you emotionally, mentally, as well as professionally?
I think for me, I was kind of quiet quitting that job for over 2 years, right? So it weighed on me the whole time, right? I to kind of combat that now, I have a balance between my online work, which I do, and also offline work, right? So I developed a passion for pickleball recently, about a year ago. So uh, my wife got really angry at me because I was playing so much, and then she asked the question, "Can you get paid to do this?" So I was like, oh, maybe I can. And then yeah, I took like a coaching kind of certification type workshop, and yeah, I started coaching pickleball, and I got really good at coaching that. So so that's kind of how I balance the two worlds in terms of online and offline, and that's really helped with the mental health aspect of it. I feel I feel less burned out as a result, that I'm not just stuck in front of a computer all day. I also have a balance of going out and meeting real people and coaching them and helping them as well. Yeah.
Well, you now help setters and closers succeed. So talk about some of the top habits or disciplines that set high performers apart from everybody else.
What I kind of tell the well, I'll just start with setters in particular, people that are new to the industry. It's different in the sense that you do have to sit in front of a computer for 8 hours and hit call targets, right? So that might be a difficult transition for most people to start, right? You're just sitting there in front of a computer, dialing constantly. Um, I would say in terms of like high performance, it's you really have to understand your why you are doing this in the first place. So one of the exercises I've sent my clients is creating a vision board, right? So they can visualize what they want in the future, right? If they can visualize it, they can manifest it, they can make it become more of a reality, right? So really figuring out why you're doing it will help like motivate you during the tough times, during the times where you feel like you want to quit, right? You constantly remember why you're doing this. For myself, I'm doing this for my family ultimately. My one of my goals for this year is to make enough money so then my wife doesn't have to work anymore, right? I want her to be able to quit her job, and we have one child right now. Hopefully, we can add another one to the mix, and yeah, it'll be good for her if she could be a full-time mom, yeah, and choose to work if she wants to, yeah.
We'll talk about the misconceptions that people have about sales roles, especially those who feel like, oh, it's just easy money.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's been branded on social media to kind of pull people into it, where there's this perception that you can make 10K a month calling people while you're sitting on a beach. Uh, that is possible, but that is definitely not the case 99% of the time, right? If I'm calling a customer trying to sell them a product, if I'm sitting on a beach calling them, it's not necessarily the best look. You do want to be in a setting where you are right there looking at the customer, connecting with them, listening to them. And this sleazy salesman kind of tactic, it doesn't necessarily work anymore, particularly for this industry where it's a lot of it is about listening and connection and really dissecting the problem that someone has and ultimately whether that solution is right for them or not. Right. Yeah. So it's a different way of selling. It's a more ethical way of selling. Yeah, as opposed to the sleazy salesperson that, the car salesman is probably the most stereotypical of the bad salespeople. Yeah.
Well, you've built a life around freedom, discipline, and intentional choices. So, what advice would you give someone looking to build a life around their values that aligns with their values instead of their circumstance?
I would say you want to remove that victim mentality. Yeah, a lot of people just see themselves as victims and they just complain all the time. Yeah, that is not a good use of your time and energy, right? Playing that victim role. You want to come across as a sense of empowerment, right? You are ultimately responsible for your own life, right? So you need to take charge. So you need to reframe that mindset around your circumstances. And then I would say you need to get mentors, right? People that you can look up to that help you get out, like help you think differently, right? A way to do that would could be potentially a change of environment if that's possible for you. So for me, when I was stuck in New Zealand, everyone was thinking the same thing. But when I really made the move to Chiang Mai in Thailand, I was around other hungry and motivated people that wanted to figure out how to make money online, right? So those people, we all pushed each other to figure out how to do it, and there were we were at that co-working space from 8 a.m. to midnight for like the first 2 months that I was there. All of us really stuck at it, and 3 out of the 5 people that were in that room, we're still doing what we're doing. We're all making money online. Yeah, yeah. The two of them are really close friends of mine, so we just had that mentality to make it work no matter what. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. Talk to the listeners about any upcoming projects that you're working on that listeners need to be aware of.
Uh, yeah, so I started my own like pickleball coaching business formally. So that was something that I worked on. I just had my first event the other day. So that's picking up good momentum. The second part is this coaching business that I have that helps professionals, right? So yeah, if you want to look at so if you're stuck in a position where you're not happy with your job and you're looking to jump to a better company, that's something that I could help with for sure. What I do is I offer people a free resume review on the call. So I look at your experience, where you're at, and if there's some gaps that we can fill, then I kind of help with that.
All right. So, for anybody who might be looking for your service, throw out your contact info.
So it's the abundant. Oh, so abundantcloser.com. Abundantcloser.com. Yep. So yep, I'm sure you'll have it in the description for the podcast. So yep, you guys can find me there and book in a call, and I'll see if I can help.
All right. So, close us out with some final thoughts. Maybe if there was something I forgot to talk about that you would like to touch on, or any final thoughts you have for the listeners.
No, no, I think we've covered everything. Yeah, the other thing that I could help with too. Oh, sorry. The other thing I could help with too is that if you are looking to take that leap to being what they call a digital nomad, right? I would recommend uh, locations like Thailand, Bali, Vietnam. Those are all places that you can live under 1,500 US dollars. Yeah. So if you are looking to take that plunge and bet on yourself, yeah, save up some money and come out here, and then you can focus on it full time.
All right. And throw out that website one more time.
Abundantcloser.com.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you are looking for services that Kai can provide, abundantcloser.com is the website to visit. And please follow, rate, review, share this episode to as many people as possible. And if you are looking for more information on the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, please visit www.curveball337.com and share the website and the show to everybody you know. Thank you for listening and supporting the show. And Kai, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for joining me.
Appreciate you having me on, Curtis. Thank you.
For more information on the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, visit www.curveball337.com. Until next time, keep living the dream.